everyone, this is Attila, the history and English major. Let's analyze the article. So the title is, Why is PETA asking Games Workshop to make Warhammer for free? Yes, PETA, that is an excellent question. Why are you asking Games Workshop that? From the mighty Leman Russ and Horus Lupercal to Chaos Warriors and the Sisters of Silence, Warhammer features an abundance of characters who wear what appear to be animal pelts, which just doesn't add up. Wow, that argument is just terribly, awfully well written. Remember, kids, if you're arguing against a practice in a fictional universe, your argument is strongest if you just declare the thing you don't like illogical and don't even attempt to bring up any justification for said practice that exists within the universe. The grimdark, battle-hardened warriors are known for their martial prowess, but wearing the skins of dead animals doesn't take any skill. Here we have an example of counterpoint and rebuttal. They bring up the fact that characters in 40k wearing wolf pelts have a reputation for being totally badass in battle, and then they bring up that skinning a dead animal is not actually a demonstration of badass skill in battle. What they also bring up is that 40k has a reputation for being a grimdark fiction universe. By doing this, they make the tiny mistake of destroying their entire argument, because they acknowledge that 40k is not an idealized interpretation of reality, but rather a dystopian dark version of reality. So when the Luna Wolves wear the skin of dead wolves, even if they see themselves as heroic for overcoming giant thunderwolves, these warriors are simultaneously underscoring their own brutality and the cynical tone of the Warhammer 40k universe. In fact, the Luna Wolves and Horus are known for inflicting horrendous damage to their enemies before and after the Horus Heresy, as seen in Horus Rising when Euphrates Keeler and a few other remembrancers are shocked at casualties left by the Luna Wolves' destruction of the insurgent forces on 6319. But other than the part where they undermine their entire argument, they make a good point here. Next paragraph. Indeed, nothing on the bloody battlefields of Warhammer's conflict-ravaged universe could match the terrible reality that foxes, minks, and rabbits, and other living beings experience at the hands of the fur trade. Those killed for their fur typically first endure a bleak life inside a tiny, filthy wired cage before being electrocuted, drowned, or even skinned alive. Or they may be in the wild, minding their own business, when they get caught in a horrific, bone-crushing steel jaw trap, often languishing for days before eventually dying from starvation, dehydration, or blood loss. A very, very true claim. Well, come to think of it, although the only 40k lore I've ever read so far is Horus Rising, False Gods, and a bit of Cyphus Cain, a Space Marine did turn into a Chaos Spawn and messily tear apart and consume several other Space Marines. It also violently killed innocent remembrancers, who are basically just artists, not a threat to it whatsoever, and therefore were no more deserving of violent death than an innocent animal caught in a trap is. And there was mention of, in Cyphus Cain, of Tyranids having tiny beetle-like creatures that would eat you alive, and gargoyles spitting bioplasma, a chemical that very painfully melts through light armor, flesh, and bone. Oh well, other than those points I just made, I guess what they're saying still makes sense. Next we have a video they've put in the article, which has nothing to do with the argument being made, but instead shows a cute little dog with awful injuries. I only have one thing to say here. Intellectual dishonesty is clearly not happening here. Phew. Thank you for taking the high road, PETA, and not trying to sway your viewers using their own emotions rather than the validity of your arguments. If only more companies would take the high road like PETA. Next paragraph. PETA has written to Games Workshop CEO Kevin Roundtree asking that the leading British miniature wargaming brand ban fur garments from all Warhammer characters. This action in no way is essentially the same fallacy Fox News makes when they go after video games as a cause of real-world violence. Not at all. While we appreciate that they are fictional, draping them in what looks like a replica of a dead animal sends the message that wearing fur is acceptable. When, in fact, it has no more place in 2017 than it would in the year 40,000. And this is a conclusion that I'm sure everyone can agree on. Wearing fur is neither encouraged in real life or in the Warhammer 40k universe. Actually, when I put it like that, it appears that PETA didn't so much make an argument so much as spout empty rhetoric in support of a radical ideology. Oh dear. That doesn't help the cause of fighting for animal rights much, does it?